So this is how it comes in. Now this is quite heavy. Don't forget you got loads of cable inside. I think it's about like 20 meters of cable for each of the 4 cameras. And there is also a main unit which is connected to your internet as well. The box, this is how it comes in, and let's open it and have a look. Okay, so there is quite a few boxes here, so let's go through this one by one. So the first box here we have cabling. So we have Ethernet cable, which of them are 20 meters. You can use longer cable if you have your own. So here, and you can also use extension as well. And you've got a power brick here to power the system. Okay, and this part is the actual recording machine, so you can call it a computer or whatever you want to call it, and something in there is rattling. I don't know what, so I might have to open it up and have a look. Okay, you got a couple of stickers here. Now, I believe in the UK, if you do put a camera up, you do have to put one of these up to show the public that you are recording. I'm not sure about in America, but I'm sure you will look it up for your local code. Okay, in each of these box here, you got 4. Each of this box here is your camera. So a ball mount, so you can adjust the angle from whatever that you're attaching it to. You got a small lid here for avoiding direct sunlight onto a lens. It's very important if you want good footage, because you need to position it correctly to avoid any glare directly on the glass itself. Now, this kind of camera, they are two-way audio, so there is a mic built in. They got infrared sensor lights as well, and this one actually have a floodlight, so it will shine light on the area that is recording, especially when it detects motion. And then you got a couple of connectors here, so you got external power. But like I say, this particular unit here, all you need to do is plug in the Ethernet cable, and it will power the device as well. So one cable. And the Ethernet cable goes through this little waterproof plug thingy. So once you put the wire through, screw it on, it's waterproof. A mouse so that you can control the monitoring system, I think. And then you also got a cable for your power brick. So with a mouse, I guess what you can do is you can have an external monitor or plug it into your television, so you can bypass your computer altogether if you want to review the footage. I'm going to test that out as well. So this is the little unboxing just to show you guys what you have inside the box. Make sure you have everything you needed before you start your installation. Now, I wasn't going to do a dissection and show you what is inside the control unit or the recording unit, but because when I took it out, the box is rattled a little bit, and I don't see any tape to say warranty void or anything like that. So I mean, I bought it from Amazon, so I can return it, but I do really want to finish the video today. So basically what was rattling inside was this heat sink. So this is what was rattling inside. So basically they use some kind of like a thermal compound thing to stick this one on. But I think what happened is the glue wasn't dry properly, so it just came off. I'm just going to put some thermal tape and stick it back on here, and then this should work okay. But yes, YESKAMO, you guys make this device, you need to have a better quality control. I mean, let's say here QC passed, so I guess at the point where they check, this thing was actually stuck on, hopefully. But yeah, it came off. Minus points. But while we are inside the guts of this machine, so basically you got a very good hard drive. You got a Seagate Skyhawk 2 terabyte hard drive here. Now at the back of the machine here, we got 2 USB ports. You got HDMI high definition port, you got a VGA for all the type of computer, you got audio out, and you got obviously your power input, and you got this one to connect to your internet, and you got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So you have 8 connection for your cameras. Now this system here is a 4-camera system. I believe that you can actually add another 2 or just buy the 8-camera system. In the front here, you got 2 indicators, and that's it. There's nothing much to this. I can't use my normal television as a monitor because the resolution is like a not widescreen, but a special format. So your television might not support it. So I'm going to use my computer monitor instead. Obviously, once everything is set up, you should be able to just view your footage on the phone. But the initial setup to align the camera and all that, you do need to have a monitor to do that, which doesn't come with, of course. So I'm going to do that right now. It's probably a time lapse because it's going to be just a lot of plugging in cables. There shouldn't be anything that I need to cut wires or anything like that, so I'm not going to do that in my workshop. So in one of my previous video, some of the viewers was asking, what if you place the security camera behind a window? Obviously, a lot of people don't want to have the camera outside. Now this is an outdoor camera as well, so it's waterproof, but if you do point it at the window, as long as there is no too much glare like the sun, direct sun onto the camera, it should work pretty okay, providing your glass is clean, obviously, but you keep your glass clean, right? So I have my camera facing outwards. It's a very bright day today, which really helps, but if I show you what is showing on the screen at the moment, so, sorry, got a bit cute, dizzy. Okay, so yeah, so that's what the camera is picking up. A little bit of ghosting around there, but it's really not noticeable. I mean, if you are using this as a camera, if you're using this as a camera on your driveway, I'm pretty sure it's working okay. To set up the network is quite easy. All you need to do is plug in your Ethernet cable, which is this one here. So this is now connected to my router. And then when you go on screen, you go to the system setting and you go to this part of the fast network, auto font configuration, and it will give you a notification to say your network is healthy or connected or not. Okay, so now it's all done. All I need to do is download the app and use the Cloud ID to connect, which is my next step. For the app, I found it on Google and just press install. Okay, so I have already set up an account with them. Just need my phone number and password and all that. And then I go to add device.
After the device powered on. Scan the QR code on the device or on the monitor.
So the machine already tell me what to do. So there you go. I scanned it on the screen QR code and it found the machine, and then just add. What I find is there is a bug. So it says add device is added for you, but until you get out of the app and come back in, you won't see your device. But that's okay. I close the app and come back in. So now I can see this is my Android phone, and I have 4 cameras here. 3 camera is still on my desk here, which I'm pointing at the camera here, but one of them is actually my son in his bedroom on the first floor. So I'm going to test out some function on the 2-way audio and see if it works.
And I've got a big story to tell. In fact, it's the biggest story in the world, the end of the world. And stories don't get any bigger than that.
All right, thank you, Jay.
The entire Facebook, okay?
Nah, that's fine. That's all I need. Thank you. So we might have a problem here because like the audio is quite clear. You can hear what's going on in the room, and obviously my son is talking and all that. Actually, the room is relatively dark. You got the curtains on. I can still see okay. But what happened is that this is like an intercom rather than a two-way audio system. As soon as you press the talk button, you can talk and the sound will come out from the camera. But as soon as you press that button, it cuts out. So you can't really have a two-way conversation. I mean, it's okay as a command and a response thing. You just press the button, talk to them, let go to listen. But if you want a two-way audio, that is not going to work. Now, I'm quite impressed with the stream quality of the picture. I mean, this is not bad. I mean, this is quite dark room, and I can see what is on my son's table clearly. You can read the label, hand and body cream. Okay, so here we have all the camera kind of setup. Literally just plug and play, you just plug everything in. So there's 4 Ethernet ports for 4 cameras. And now I have on screen all 4 cameras. Obviously they're all kind of like pointing at the same direction at the moment. So you've got camera 1, 2, 3, and 4. So all of them are showing on screen. If you are not familiar with any CCTV system, then you might want to go through the instruction menu. But because I use mine in my shop, so it's quite easy to navigate through the menuing system. So with a mouse, it come with the mouse. So basically, you just right click on the screen, and will bring up the menu system, and you can see a whole lot of function in here, which I'm not going to go through in this video. I think that how to use this CCTV properly is another video on its own. But let me just show you some feature that you will most likely use will be something like video playback. So you've got a timeline here. At the moment it's on channel 1, so it's only showing you 1 camera at the moment. And this is when I actually setting up the system. And if you want to see another camera, just click on channel 2, which is here, search, and then this is camera 2. Obviously it looks the same because they were all on the table, but this is actually a different camera. And the reason why I'm back in my workshop is just to show you what the power over Ethernet cable is actually can do. So my camera right now is here. So that's the camera. It's connected to the Ethernet cable, which I run specifically to my workshop. Now, for those of you who might not know, my workshop is actually at least 30 meters away from my main house. So for example, if I show you this, so all the way over there, behind my solar panel, that's my main house. And that's where the controller is. Now, they say the Ethernet cable can go up to like, I think 30 meters, 40 meters. But actually, this run of a cable, there is one connector to extend it. And basically, there is 50 meters or more of cable length in terms of connection between the recording device and the camera itself. So distance-wise, no problem. If you have a 2-story, 3-story high building, up to 50 meters of Ethernet cable, one cable is enough, carrying the signal and the power to your camera. And to be honest with you, now you can really see the details of the camera. Because of my work, you can see in my workshop, all the tools on the backdrop. Everything is still on show, so pretty impressive camera here. Now the reason why I turn off the lights is just to show you what will happen in the dark. So my phone is still showing the room quite bright, but basically the security camera have a floodlight. As soon as it can sense that there's not enough power and there is activation of a motion like here, it will light up. So this will be like a deterrent to thief who walk past your camera. There's loads of screen here. So you got two cameras, which is on my computer desk. One of them which is pointing at my living room, and the main one I have open at the moment is the workshop. So a moment ago we were in the workshop. I pulled down the blinds, and this is actually almost pitch black in terms of brightness. Now the reason you can still see all the details in there is because it's an infrared camera. Now the spotlight will not come on until it detects motion. So most part of the night, this is what the camera can see. As soon as someone walks in front of your camera, and that's when the spotlight will come on, and then it shines a area, and then it become color picture as well. I just want to show you guys the details of what the camera can pick up. You will hear me to say a lot of like words like detail, quality, and stuff like that. Now I'm not here to sell this camera, but I just want you guys to see what you're buying if you are paying £300 for a set of camera. So you can see all my tools there. You can see the individual power, the battery charger, the individual battery bank. What you can't see is the faces on the picture because the infrared camera kind of get reflected equally, but not the color pigment. So I can see the outlines of all. Here is all the portrait, by the way. Yeah, so you should be able to see all the faces. But at the moment, because it's an IR infrared, so that's why everything is kind of in black and white as well. Now, if I zoom in with my camera, yep, luckily my Canon can do that. There you go. So you can actually tell pretty much all the details from my workbench. The battery charger here, how many battery bank you can actually count, how many individual AA battery bank there is, how many sockets. So you got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 sockets with 2 of them empty. And this is in a very, very dark, almost like pitch dark room. Here is the final part of my video, and this is the part where I can tell you something about the system, whether I like it or not, and how I find about the installation. Now I purposely choose this kind of a screen or angle to show you guys what the installation would look like at my home. So I've got 4 cameras set up at the moment. A couple of things I'm really impressed with this system. So first one is that there is only 1 wire needed for each of the camera. The power through Ethernet works. I have a camera set up in the workshop at the moment, which is the one over there. It's black and white, and total cable length is 2 cables. One of them is a 50-meter cable, and the other one is 20 meter with an adapter in between. And they still provide enough power for the floodlight and the sensor to pick up video. Because it's a hard wire, there's no loss of signal, and I'm really impressed with the quality. As you can see, it's black and white at the moment, and it's in a dark room. A couple of other things, so quite easy to install. All you need to do is just plug in cables, and at the price of £336 from Amazon. If you get someone in to professionally install it for you, obviously it's easy, but you'll be paying that alone in labor cost. So anyone who can actually plug in cable and drill a couple of holes on your external wall to mount the camera can install this system and save yourself some money. I hope you find this video useful and information for you before you part with your money. There is loads of systems on the market which I can't test them all, but at least this one here I'm quite impressed with. Any questions, put it in the comment section. I'll try my best to answer, and I'll see you next time. Bye bye.